Today we're gonna talk about some full of character fragrance, very sexy, very strong and tough fragrances to give you a lot of hopefully compliments, but really to feel good with yourself, very charismatic, empowering fragrance only, especially with the new trend that is all over TikTok, which is called mob wife trends. Let's go. Before the video starts, a little word with the sponsor of the day, which is Look Fantastic. And Look Fantastic is not others than your ultimate destination for your beauty rituals, including makeup, hair, skincare, and fragrances, of course. Dive into the world of premium beauty products, expert advices, and always unbeatable deals. At the moment, there's a lot of selection for Mother's Day as well, so this could be quite interesting. You can also discover the latest trend. They do this kind of thing that is amazing. I think it's this discovery box that you can receive every month with the beauty essential and the must-have of the month or at this moment, so you can discover many things. You also have exclusive offers curated to you all the time, and that's absolutely amazing. I actually need to restock in some products. Personally, the thing that I need to add to my wish list and I'm gonna order on Look Fantastic because I buy them myself all the time. The Ordinary product, they're really part of my skincare routine and you have all of them in Look Fantastic. One of my favorite products of all time in skincare, which is the caffeine solution, The Ordinary. It was really on trend back in the day. Everyone was talking about this. This is the only eye moisturizer that my eyes can take because it's very light and it removes puffiness and dark circle for a very, very affordable price, to be honest. And it really works on me, so I really love that. One thing that I always have in my suitcase when I travel is Cherasa 62 pistachio kind of almondy super gourmand body mist, one of the strongest body mist I own, I think. And they have the whole collection of Sol de Janeiro body mist, which I need to try as well. I should do a review on those things, don't you think? They have also some of my favorite fragrance of all time. Beware that the selection is changing considering to the country you're living in. You have, for example, the new fragrances YSL Black Opium Red. We're gonna talk about that, don't worry, in that video. There's also some of my ultimate go-to for men. You have Prada Luna Rosa Black, Hypnose Lancôme, that is amazing. One of my favorite Jo Malone Myrène Tonka. I always recommended that on my channel. You can find it on Look Fantastic. And L'Interdit Rouge, oh my god, such a vamp fragrance. Actually, it would have really matched the vibe of this video with Mob Wife, no? And you have also Accro as well, that is available, the brand by Olivier Crespe. Especially they have dark and bake. If you want to smell real realistic gourmand, this is the best. All the link to go to Look Fantastic YSL will be in the description box, and I highly encourage you to have a look, especially for the new event and stuff like that. They always have some amazing deals. Right, let's go now. So everywhere on social media since a few years, I don't know if you have seen, but there's this aesthetic that are blossoming everywhere. Clean girl aesthetic has been a few years now. Minimalist kind of aesthetic. There was this trend, what was the name? Tomato girl. I'm sorry, but this one was really funny. There was the Barbie tour, obviously, with the Barbie movie. Everyone was wearing pink. Everyone doesn't wear any pink anymore. It's so sad. It was really nice. The street of London was so colorful of pink. I loved it. But anyway, that's done. Do they have to put name on everything? Anyway, and trends like, oh my god, did you see that trend, heroin chic? Like with Kate Moss and stuff. Oh my god, like guys, that's the worst. Like this is going too far. Anyway, so today is the mob wife aesthetic. Oh my god, when I've seen that blossoming everywhere on Instagram and TikTok, I was like, what is happening?
How to achieve the mob wife aesthetic. While the aesthetic sounds new, the style has been around since there have been wealthy men with wealthy wives. Before it was a hashtag, it was a lifestyle. Mob wife is when you take quiet luxury, drop the quiet, and add all caps and exclamation points. It also helps if you have a scary looking boyfriend who works in waste management. And Where do we get the clothes? We know mob wives love animal print fur and all things sparkly. Who else loves prints, furs, and shiny things? Betsy Johnson. We also know that mob wives love cocktail dresses, gold jewelry, and tight pants. And who else loves a party dress, gold accessories, and airtight pants? Yep. And how do we look like laundered money? All these pieces together can look tacky, but mob wives have taste. They're not shopping at the Jersey Shore boardwalk. They're buying designer. We're gonna want to wear black leather mini dress, black tights, a gold belt, gold necklaces, retro sunnies, a stiletto, some fur, a classic nail, and a designer bag. Italian Americans do not fear being called over the top. This aesthetic values glamour and fun over the opinions of the haters. And this is Italian cultural appropriation. When my dad was struck by lightning, my Italian grandmother literally threw pizza onto the ceiling. That's how Italian we are. So as an Italian American woman from New York, as long as you don't hurt any animals or Italians while wearing your faux fur, you'll be fine. It's not a crime to wear rhinestones and cosplay as a wealthy woman. What aesthetic should we cover next?
Oh my god, like this is my vibe going on a little bit. Like you should have seen me. Like I have the impression to be dressed like a teenager now, because when I was a teenager I was dressing up like this all the time. So the filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola said on Instagram that the mob wife aesthetic is making a big comeback. You can throw away all your minimalist stuff and let's go to mob wife. I always take a little bit of those little trends. It inspires me, but I never like fully dive in there. The first one we're gonna talk about is actually the one that I told you was available on Look Fantastic, and it's Black Opium Red. So it's the new one with the red bottle. Where is my Black Opium? If you know the Black Opium line, you know, it's never been one of my favorite. I always find it a bit too harsh for me, and there's a smell that I dislike. This is the extreme one that I wore from time to time. Not my favorite, but whatever. When I've seen that they were doing like a cherry one, I was like, oh Jesus. You know, since last year, cherry fragrance are everywhere. So I was like, okay, now designer want to look like niche, and they are taking this trend too far. I mean, it's nice, but it feels that all the cherry fragrance that was launched, a lot of them were very similar. So I'm a little bit bored of it now, even though I adore cherry fragrance. If you don't know the range, it's really like full-on coffee line, okay? It's coffee, coffee, coffee. You know, coffee, sweet, and heavy spices. You know, well, that's what Opium was. It's a reinterpretation in a modern way. The red one smells exactly close to this. You can really, it's nearly like they took that fragrance and they put cherry on top to me. So you feel a bit syrupy, vanilla-like, a bit smoother. But it really, that twist of cherry that is blossoming, especially when the opening of the fragrance is really, really present. After, it's more like a smooth vanilla to me, and you can smell still a lot the coffee, of course. You can smell something a little bit plasticky as well, but you know, what can you expect? It feels really super spicy. We are in the designer range, and usually when you pick one ingredient in specifically and you put it on the spotlight like this, it never really works. It's not going to be super popular, you know, in designer, because you have to have some mainstream identity that everybody can identify to this. So it's actually a big step from YSL to actually go on the trend and do something a little bit different again. YSL, I really always love this designer brand because I felt like compared to other, they were not scared to do something different. Sometimes they do something that is really changing the game. If you are a lover of niche fragrance, for you, the cherry one is not going to change anything to you. But I feel for the people that are going to the department store, they'll be like, oh, wow, this is eye-catching, you know, this is different. It's a bit the same move when they've put like Manifesto. Manifesto was to die for, honestly. It really gives me this fragrance, that mob wife vibe, because there's this bit of something a little bit not very classy to it, and I actually really like that. You know, you don't have to be classy every day, come on. There's something rebellious to that scent that is great, and the cherry vibe gives that syrupy, nearly like red lips kind of rock and roll vibe to it, and I really like it. If I'm not talking about this fragrance while talking about mob wife, please, this is blasphemy. Frederic Malle. And we have Musc Ravageur. Back in the time where Frederic Malle was doing the best fragrance of all time. Honestly, did you guys felt a difference? Because it's not the first time that I see comments of people saying that Frederic Malle is going down here. It's true that it's actually been a really long time that I was not mind blown by a fragrance from Frederic Malle. Like there was the synthetic Django, I was like, whoa. There's the new fragrance by Jean-Claude Helena, I was like, and I love Jean-Claude Helena, he's my favorite perfumer. Musc Ravageur. it's still leading the game if you're talking about like Frederic Malle. This is the fragrance I wore clubbing all the time. I cannot do that anymore. Yeah, it's just physically impossible now. Otherwise, I'm staying in hangover for 4 days. We don't want that. Anyway, so Musc Ravageur is a heavy vanilla, cinnamon, and clove blend. You have a little bit of an opening in lavender, so it's a bit aromatic. It's really spicy. It's really dirty. There's a dirty note in that fragrance, that vanilla fragrance that is insane. I think it matched my vibe so much today. I actually feel like, you know what? It's wow, oh my god, this is a long time I didn't smell it. This is so empowering. And for some people it smells a bit animalic, but in a bad way. So please try it before, but on me I feel like yes, you can be very dangerous and charismatic. Yeah, that's the vibe. I love it. Milharis Black Datura. I feel like you can use a really intense floral to do this look. I was not sure to take a floral fragrance because usually they're a bit weak, you know, florals. So if it's very natural and poetic and romantic, you take a floral in that way. Well, Milharis Black Datura is everything that is the contrary of that. It's a heavy tuberose, and obviously you have a Datura note. So you know this floral gives something very narcotic, nearly poisonous. So I feel like it really gives the vibe. You know what? Actually, like if I would put it on a celebrity, I would put Lady Gaga in the movie Gucci. That's your fragrance, my dear. Super projecting, and it's a scent I never smelled before. I'm nearly feeling that there's something a little bit like kerosene-like in the background, but it's super nicely done. Like it's a tuberose scent that smells like no other tuberose, a bit poisonous. It's a dark twist on a classic fragrance. Incredible. I think it matched totally the theme. Darling Bogota by Fragrances. If you watched my video recently, you know that it's one of the favorite of my boyfriend, but I think on a woman, I think it's amazing. This is the smell of a Cuba Libre. This is the Coca-Cola with some cognac smell. So you need to enjoy a really breezy fragrance. And I took this one because it's really loud, but it's next level loud. Even Musc Ravageur is like very shy compared to Darling Bogota. It's extremely edgy, extremely different. You have to go to Fragrances. I think she has the most creative composition of the game. You might think, oh, it's a cream cola kind of scent, a Cuba Libre kind of scent, so it's going to be like very artificial. It's not. Like, it smells really realistic. I absolutely adore that. It's very difficult for me to wear it because I need to have the good occasion, but I think for the mob wife aesthetic, you're spot on. One has to be Pannettone by Milano Fragranze. Really inspired Italian culture fragrance, obviously, and I think Pannettone is the most realistic and highest level gourmand you will smell. I love this fragrance. It's literally like a citrus gourmand scent. So vanilla, rum, and you have bitter orange or just orange note at the start. It's nearly like, you know, the cake, the Italian cake, the panettone. It has this fruit in there, this dried fruit, and then a little bit something like vanilla, you know, boozy, like whatever it is inside. And it feels exactly like that. It smells like a panettone. It's honestly one of the best gourmand I've ever smelled. I live on Deccan since years now. This is not possible. Actually, I'm going to Aix-en-Provence. Oh, tell me in the comment if you're going to Aix-en-Provence in Italy, in Milan soon, because I will be there, so I'll be happy to meet you if you're around as well. Don't hesitate to come and talk to me. I'm always happy to say hello and discuss a little bit about your life and my life. I know that usually Milano Fragranze is in there, so I need to get a bottle. I need to get a bottle this year because this is ridiculous. So you need to find a good occasion to wear those things, and I think winter is the best, to be honest. But when it's cold in your country, because it doesn't have to be winter all the time. But I feel these fragrances is really matching the aesthetic, and I love it. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Big thank you to Look Fantastic for being the sponsor of this video. Don't forget that this is a great website if you want to purchase your hair, beauty, fragrance, your global beauty routine is on lookfantastic.com. So I'll put everything in the description box so you can have a look yourself, and I would link also the fragrance I've talked about in the description box, and also the products from The Ordinary that I'm using. Please tell me if this is something you want to try and you really like those kind of fragrances that are punchy. Right, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and I want to give a big thank you to the latest super fan. Always been super loyal followers of mine, so I want to say to you again a massive thank you. This is super appreciated. Also, what? Nothing. Right, guys, I wish you a lovely day, and I will see you very soon. Bye now.